Hey guys, it's Will here, doing a long and waited review on my end at least. Taking a look at the Conflikt 47 comics, posters, and mech package. So, getting things here, why it took a little bit longer to do than when I initially did it. So on that end, guys. First issue I got, a little bit of a story here. It's funny, no one's to blame except for myself. First one I got was a nice plastic cover issue, like one of these guys here. Nice, like anyone who's been reading DC, the postcard variants, kind of like that cover. Really nice. Came in crisp, a little tiny little thing at the bottom, but like not enough to be anything for a comic person. So like perfect. I gave that to a friend of the store who lent me some books and stuff, so gave it to him. So I bought a second one to kind of help promote and do stuff. I got a second one in because I wanted it. I was gonna keep that one for myself. Though on the end of the delivery guys, they crunched it hard. So talking to the guys at who's been printing this, thank you guys. You are awesome. You've been very open, client, best I've worked with people for this sort of thing. So good on you guys. Shout out to the lady who drew this art piece slash who it was based on, signed it for me. Thank you very much. It's awesome. Love it. I'll show it to you guys. It's on the back there. Anyways, so I got a hold, and they're able to replace it. And the Mad Lad, I don't know if it was intentional what happened, but hope this doesn't get you in trouble. I'm sorry if it does. But I asked maybe like put a piece of cardboard on the inside, or even I thought he said double bag the book, so it'd be double, the bubble wrap. No, the Mad Lad gave me two books in here, so I think it's supposed to be the one for the replacement, and the other one was the from the bundle, the comics poster and mech. Which the poster I got from the bundle is actually double the size almost of this one here. So it's on my wall. I took a picture of it. You guys should be seeing it around here. So, but anyways, let's get into the nitty gritty of what's here. So first off, we have this beautiful poster drawn by one of the artists. Really nice paper. A nice print, and we got the signature, so thank you for much on that. And then we got the books here. These print one is in a paper, so the cover's paper, still way better than Marvel. Emotional damage. This one, little crink, like it's been folded, and a little bend on the corner. The corner I don't care about much. Little bend there. Again, it was bent, you can tell inside. Though, this one only has 3 spine ticks. So, that's on, you can't help that one. This one, though, was definitely the worst one. Or is this one the better one? And bends and corners, and the side was crunched in the back. But, still in a good condition. I love them. I'm keeping them. This setting is sick. And then lastly, we have the mech here that we built. We're currently working on. That was part of the Locust pack. These guys' models are great. They're awesome. Especially if you don't mind working with resin metal. They're some of the best I've seen, alternatives to some other companies. That's the comics and the posters there. So we're going to get right into the actual books itself and give you guys a little sneak peek on the inside, and then we'll talk my thoughts and opinions on the series as a whole. We'll see you guys in that part of the video. So going into this, sorry there might be some glare. Let us flip open this book. We'll only take a look at some pages, so that way you don't get the book spoiled. Looking here, starting, we have a little intro, guys who are doing some of the work and art. The main line that it came from, so Warlord Games, and then the guys who are making the exclusive models. So it's World War II, alternate history story, 45. So they're doing the tests for basically the nukes that was dropped on Japan, but instead of dropping them on Japan, their Germany first policy kicked in, and they dropped it on a European country instead. And getting the information from that and stuff, the Germans somehow got news of nukes, and they started themselves making a program for it. And because these nukes dropped, they split holes into reality and caused signals and things to come through, giving new technologies to the Axis and the Allies, which at that point, I believe this is where this, like, the book first starts at that point. Kind of like talks about it, whereas in 44, that's when the nuke drops, as you can see in the side here. Um, in 46, 45, I believe 46, which then again in 47, which at the very beginning of 47, in that year, the storm that was going to hit um, the Germans in Russia during the Eastern Front, the Battle of the East, hits, causing everyone to have to go break off, and the Russians not being given technologies and access to the rift, unlike all the other allies, decides to leave the pact because they're feeling like they're not being treated equal, and they're saying that they don't feel safe. And it's just like, well, everyone else was afraid of Russia because like they knew this was going to continue. After Germany got crushed, they may have either had to join the Allies or Russia was going to come after England and all the little countries that Germany had under its control. We now have the three. We have the Cold War. Basically, World War II has proceeded into what World War III like now kind of is, with a hint of Cold War. So they knew spies and stuff from the Russians were around their stuff. So that's currently where we're at, and that's this is a TLDR version of it, just for what you need to know in the books. So you don't need to know really anything. All you need to know that it's alternate World War II. Basically, if you played Call of Duty Zombies for Black Ops 2, that diesel punk map with the mechs walking around, as long as you know that, that's all you need to know about this book. So going into the first page here, we have, and excuse me if you see me curl the page, this is the least good one, quote unquote, like compared to the other two. So I don't feel too bad about rolling the page. For those who may ask, as a comic person, when we run the store, how do you go about reading books without damaging it? Normally, how we do it, because their papers are usually made with thicker or lighter compared to the inside, so the weight and physics kind of work in. You basically just let it naturally just sit, and that way it doesn't bend the crease, and the weight will naturally hold it. Same way how you'd break a book open, like break in a book, like a book. So looking here, we have the first, here we go, first few pages. Kind of going in, we have our first main character of the stories, the Hopsman, and then we have his friend, quote unquote, right here, Adelwolf. We have dropping bombs there. Then we got this nice art piece, which was also a poster that you can get. And we got this awesome intro piece. It's great. I love it. So that's the German story. And then of course you get a little bit of information about them, who's who, what's what. Along with you get like cool designs from the book explaining their gear and loadouts and stuff. Then we have kind of like the next story, which it feels like they're kind of pushing a little bit more on, which is the daughters of the Soviet Union. They're kind of cool for anyone who's played or read other generic big name sci-fi war game. Augmented female like zealots, and they're actually really cool. I think they're my favorite units from the from the game, the stories. I like this because this is kind of like, you'll read it in the story, but for purposes, this girl in the back here, she's freshly new as becoming one, so she's still getting used to her body. So when she goes out here, and this is little subtle details that you get, like you don't need to know the background to understand it, it will do well to explain to you everything. But as a person who's been heavily reading into the lore and making wish lists for stuff to see, it's funny to see this because she's getting used to her body, so that's why she flops there. Is because she's not used to the added muscle weight and height. And of course, we got some photos here of some characters that they're working on. There's a reason that this is 3D and not drawn. That's a hint. That's a hint for you guys. Then we have some concept designs for the lady that was on my poster. Concept pictures. I do actually really like. I do like 10. Or is this 10? Yeah, I like 10. And I like 3 here. I actually really like 3. We have the last one, which is about a man who either was in or it might be a part of the Paragon program. So Paragon program, for those who may not know, is a basically Captain America, except it got the full go ahead. So like they made a whole actual section of it. So this is America's attempt into making a super soldier for their armies. And then last but not least, we have in the back here, they did for this issue. This is the one I was trying to get a part of, but I was too late. But they have a section here where people who kickstarted it, basically, to give it a term, could have their models shown in the book. There's some really good ones. This picture here, actually, and this one here. So like these two here, made me really want to get the Kodak or the Bruin. And I wish that these models actually, the guys are sitting on top of it. These models actually came with the kit because they look so good. And I like this whole like there's because it's supposed to be like Iron Battalion where it's or Steel Battalion, whatever it's called, the mech game where it's like a walking Sherman. That's what these are supposed to be. And it would be cool to see like a guy leaning out. I kind of did it myself with my own crew. I had some extra dudes. And lastly, the last kind of cool gimmick that they give you with this, and this is kind of like I was talking about where that one lady comes from, but there's missions in this book, so you can play the scenarios based off of it, and they actually give you characters. So I won't show it because that kind of spoils the game. But like they actually have, she has a whole section for rules. So she actually has a section here. This is her rules. So if you want to run her in the Conflict universe, she actually has rules to play her for now. And I think, because I just saw on their Twitter, and I can talk about this because it's on the public Twitter, is they're making more models. Russian models, it looks like infantry, just like how the British guys have infantry. And maybe some sort of German spotting unit. But if they're doing that and they're making 3D models, we might. And there's that cool one that I saw that one of the guys of the group made, the Italian piece. It was one of their tanks, but he turns it into like basically like the wheels of the Greyhound. So it's like a weird Greyhound light tank mix. It was really cool, and I really want to get those tires, but I can't find the model that it base is required. So that would be cool to get seen turned into an actual legit model. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Next time when I get this next huge shipment of stuff in, which includes some conflict stuff. So there'll be more videos of me reviewing models in the future here. I'll do it. I'll do videos and I'll probably get it. But either way, this has been my long rambling on conflict. I really love this. I am super passionate about this setting, this game. Highly suggest checking out this book. Going onto the site, you can get the bare minimum, like the PDF and some cool sneak peek stuff, and a freebie wallpaper for I think it's as little as like $3, $3 American. Worldwide, I believe it's about $30 American, but you also get all the sneak peeks, some preview stuff, the physical book shipped to you anywhere in the world. It takes about 2 weeks to get to you. The guy's pretty good at making sure you're taken care of. So it is worth the value, and I was just glad to throw just money at this. I saw it online. I threw money at it because I want to see this actually prosper. I want to see it become a thing. I would love to see at least somebody who's passionate about making it their game. I'm going to go. I have one more video tonight. You guys might see it at a later date, but we're going to be looking at a new model that I picked up. So, talking about that shipment of models, one of them did come in, so we're going to look at it. We shall see you in the next video.
Emotional damage.